Well, compact SUVs are the big news in the Indian market right now, and not without reason. These cars offer you the practicality of a hatchback, the features and comfort of a mid-size sedan, and the swag quotient of a 4x4. And talking about compact SUVs, the Ford Ecosport really has been the benchmark or the gold standard in this segment ever since it was launched way back in 2013. Every new arrival really does take this car as the benchmark in terms of ride and handling, in terms of safety kit, in terms of the interior space and comfort as well. But today what we're going to find out here is the fact that is the Ford EcoSport still worth a second look after 7 years in the Indian market, and can it hold on to its own when faced against a much fresher rival. So we decided to take along a Hyundai Venue with us, which is a much more fresher rival, and compare these two cars and figure out where the strengths of both these cars lie, which one has the advantage in which department. And by the end of the review, we'll let you know what we think, which car is the winner and which car has its heart and mind in the right place. So stay tuned for the next 10 or 12 minutes and we'll get to the bottom of this compact SUV comparison today. Well, I'm inside the cabin of the Hyundai Venue. Now both these cars are very similar in terms of the features that they offer. All these cars in this segment now offer you a lot of features. This one gets, of course, automatic headlamps, cruise control, multiple airbags, and of course you get the Blue Link app, which makes this car a connected car. The extra feature that this car, of course, has is wireless charging for your mobile phone. So you can keep your mobile phone over here and it will charge without any wires. And in terms of the quality also, this car is very similar. Both these cars are really neck and neck in terms of the overall plastic quality. Now in terms of the seat comfort, I reckon that the seats on this car in isolation are good, but the cushioning and the support for your lower back could have been slightly better, and I prefer the seats of the EcoSport. What I also prefer about the EcoSport is the touchscreen. This one is good, don't get me wrong. It's nice to operate, easy to operate, and it just syncs up with your phone with the wire without any fuss. You might be using an Apple phone or an Android phone. It's not a hassle, but in terms of the way it looks and the ease of operation, the EcoSport is slightly ahead in terms of the infotainment department. That really is a class act in terms of the infotainment department. Overall though, it's a nice place to be. It's a very sophisticated cabin. It offers you a nice feel-good factor, and the plastic quality and the feature list also is very generous, and I reckon that it really is a matter of choice. Which one do you prefer? In terms of outright preferences, what do you think? You can let me know in the comment section below. Again, as I just said, both these cars are so close that it's very difficult to pick up a winner. You also, of course, get a sunroof just like you do on that car, so that's something that's also there. Inside now the cabin of the EcoSport. Let me do that once again. Well, this is a very solid and confidence-inspiring third. This is a car which feels very safe and secure, and if you go on the highway, you really feel very, very safe inside and very confident on the highway when you're in speeds in excess of 100 kph. The reason for that, not only is it the solid thud of the door when you shut it, it's also because of the active and passive safety kit on this car. You of course get traction control, you get air tire pressure monitors, which is a very good thing, and that's good because when you're on the highway and suddenly some tire is losing pressure, you know, anything can happen. So it's very good that you get that function right over here in front of your eyes. And you also of course get the Ford Sync 3 app, and this screen is the best touchscreen in the business in terms of looks, in terms of the menus, submenus, everything is very easy to operate. It's the best in the segment for sheer quality as well as ease of operation. The sound quality also is very good inside this cabin, so you don't have to go and upgrade the stereo because the sound really is very good. It's very sharp, very vibrant, and very dynamic as well. Even the bass is very clear and very good. And in terms of the other features and functions, you of course get the Ford Sync 3 app, as I just said, which is the best in the business in terms of syncing your phone. You also get the Ford My Key feature on this car, and if you use the My Key feature, what you can do is of course you can limit the top speed of the car. You can limit it to whatever you want, 70, 80, 90, so that in case you have a chauffeur who's going to pick up your kids from school, then he doesn't really race around with the car. And of course it's a good feature for those also who have young kids at home and want to give their cars to the 19, 20-year-olds who are taking them out for the first time. You can of course limit the top volume as well. You can limit it to 13, 14, 10, whatever you want. And of course along with that, you also get the emergency assist on this car, which is also a very unique touch because in case, God forbid, you're in an accident, then the system over here will contact the emergency services, and you know, whatever kind of service you need, they'll come over, maybe an ambulance or whatever it is. God forbid you ever need it, but of course it's good to know that this car will help you in case you're stuck in that kind of situation. So overall, what I'm trying to say is that this is a good cabin to be in, and the plastic quality is good, the feature list is very good, the active and passive safety kit is very good, 6 airbags, of course a big sunroof which is electrically operated, and really this car has it all. Well, I'm in the back seat now of the Hyundai Venue. In isolation, these seats offer you good amount of cushioning and good support. The support for the lower back is good, the support for your under thighs is good, and you also get a nice armrest over here. But the big but is that the space over here for the knee room isn't as generous as the one on the EcoSport. It's good in isolation, it's not a big deal breaker. If you have a young family, you're a husband, wife, and you have 2 kids at home who are about in their teens, then they should be okay in the back seat and you will be okay with your wife in the front seats. But yes, when you compare with the EcoSport, then this car isn't the most generous, and for sheer back seat, I think the comparison has to be given to the EcoSport. That car has the advantage. The only thing is that this one gets AC vents, which that one doesn't, and you also get a 12-volt charging point. Well, so I'm in the back seat now of the Ford Ecosport, and if you are someone who's buying his car just to sit in the back seat, there are no two ways about it. The Ford Ecosport has the clear advantage over the Hyundai Venue. It offers you better knee room, it offers you good amount of headroom. The seats also are pretty wide, so you can have 3 occupants without any fuss. And in general, if you want to be using a laptop over here or to be on your phone and do some business calls, then this is a much more comfortable kind, a little more roomy as well. Yes, it doesn't have AC vents at the back. That's something which some people might say, but it's not a big issue because the AC vents in the front offer you good throw of air, and the cabin at the back also chills out very quickly. So this is not really a deal breaker. Overall, a nice place, and the backseat department, definitely the EcoSport has an advantage over the Hyundai Venue. Now today, we'll not show you the boots because both these cars offer you identical boots of 350 litres, so that's a tie. We'll jump right in the front seat now and talk about the driving bits. So here I am driving the Ford Ecosport now. Now remember, this car comes with a petrol and a diesel, and no matter what you choose, you might choose the petrol, you might choose the diesel, you might choose the automatic, you might choose the base version, you might choose the top of the line version. The Ford Ecosport is by far the best car in this segment, the entire compact SUV space, when it comes to sheer ride and handling. Yes, this car offers you sublime handling. The steering wheel offers you very good communication, it offers you a good amount of weight in it, and the ride comfort also is very good because the suspension of this car really does soak in the bumps very well. At slow city speeds, it simply irons out the bumps, and even at faster speeds, it simply feels very planted, very reassuring. So it gives you a sense of security when you're traveling in this car with your entire family. And what's also good about it is the refinement. You might choose the petrol or the diesel. The refinement levels on the EcoSport are very good. All the engine noises, all the tire noises, all the air and wind coming over here, nothing seems to trouble this car. Nothing enters the cabin. So Ford engineers have done a good job in terms of noise isolation as well. What you will also like about this car, of course, is the slick gearbox on this car. No matter what engine you choose, the petrol or the diesel, the gearbox is slick on both of them. And you'll just be using the gearbox for the heck of it. You'll be enjoying it so much that you'll be changing gears for the heck of it. And really, it offers you light throws, it offers you sporty throws. And overall, I think that the Ford Ecosport is the best car, not only for sheer driving pleasure, but also for putting a smile on your face every time you step and sit inside the cabin on the driver's seat. I'm very happy with the driving dynamics, and definitely in the driving department alone, this car has the advantage not only over the Venue, but all other cars in the compact SUV space. From my side, it's a double thumbs up and a strong score of 92 out of 100. No matter what engine you choose, no matter what gearbox you choose, the EcoSport is a delight. Well, so overall, even the Hyundai Venue is a nice and decent package in terms of driving bits. It offers you a long list of engine options. It offers you refined engines and decent performance as well. And the steering wheel is light, the clutch is light, the gearbox is accurate and light as well. So it's a very hassle-free car to drive. It's a very easygoing car to drive. It's a car which will not tire you out after a long day behind the steering wheel. That said, it isn't as sharp to drive. It doesn't feel as dynamic or as sporty or as engaging to drive as the Ford Ecosport does. So the Ecosport really does feel like an athlete in that department, and this one also feels like a lean machine. But yes, the Ford Ecosport definitely feels like a muscled up athlete compared to the lean machine that the Hyundai Venue really is. Now, don't get me wrong. Don't say that Ashish has said that, the Venue is not a good car to drive. It's a good car to drive. It's got light controls. It's got decent comfort in the overall suspension, and it's a nice car for the highway use as well. Refinement levels are good. But because we're comparing both these cars today, the ultimate analysis, and ultimately, if you call yourself a keen driver, a driver who just drives this car for the sake of smiling all day long and being happy and getting an engaging car, a dynamic car to drive, the EcoSport has the overall advantage. Now, the big advantage this car of course has is that it gets 6 gears in its diesel version, and that means that the engine feels nice and relaxed. So if you're doing speeds, let's say of about 100 on the highway, then the engine is spinning at a very lazy 1600 1700 rpm, which makes the cabin a very quiet place. So that's a big advantage that this car has, the extra 6th gear, because it gives the engine great flexibility. But even the EcoSport is quite refined, so there's hardly much to choose between them. Again, as I said, great little package, both these cars. Overall, both these cars are very good compact SUVs, and honestly speaking, you can't really go wrong with either one of them. That said, it really is a battle of the heart and the head. Your head will say that you should go for the Venue because it offers you a good and premium looking cabin. It offers you long list of features. It also feels fresher on the outside in terms of the looks, because of course it is a car which was just launched 1 year ago. So that will be your head talking, and that's something about the Venue over there. That said, the Ford EcoSport will really tug at your heart because it's a much nicer car to drive. It's more engaging. It offers you more space in the back seat, that's for sure, and also offers you better balance of ride and handling, and it also feels a little more solid when you shut those doors. So those things are something which will appeal to your heart. And honestly speaking, as I just said, you can't go wrong with either one of them. It just depends on what you want. Should you listen to your heart or should you listen to your head? Bye for now, and thanks for watching.